Probably been told your PCOS is a life sentence. Well, I'm a sister here who's reversed all of my symptoms, and I'm here to tell you that it is not. In just a few minutes in this video, and with just a sheet of paper, I'm gonna show you how you can start reversing your symptoms for good starting today. Also, why should you listen to me? Hi, my name's Anita. I'm a certified PCOS nutritionist. I became a nutritionist because I wanted to solve the root cause of the problem instead of taking metformin and birth control like my doctor prescribed me, which just masks symptoms instead of actually treats anything. And I've also helped dozens and dozens of women do the same and lose weight and get healthy, even despite having PCOS or insulin resistance. All right, so I've moved over to a little visual here just because I'm a visual learner. It makes it way easier to understand everything, and also please ignore the coffee stains on the table. So in a normal woman's brain, the hypothalamus releases gonadotrophin releasing hormone at normal rates, which then signals our pituitary gland to release a very well-balanced ratio of follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. But in PCOS, we release too much GnRH, which causes the pituitary gland to release too much luteinizing hormone and too little follicle stimulating hormone. When there's not enough follicle stimulating hormone, here in our ovaries, there's a bunch of immature follicles. And every single month, when we're about to ovulate, the follicle stimulating hormone creates about 6 to 12 of these follicles, and it matures them, so it makes them large. And one of these will eventually become the egg that drops down here into the uterus, ready to get fertilized and potentially become a baby. When this egg gets released, it leaves something behind called a corpus luteum. And this corpus luteum releases progesterone, estrogen, and kind of makes sure that our hormones are in balance. But the problem is when there's not enough follicle stimulating hormone, the follicles won't stimulate to get big, causing no egg to drop down or be produced. And then there's no corpus luteum, so then estrogen and progesterone and cortisol, as well as other hormones, gets thrown off balance. Then these immature follicles, which never became fully realized, start causing problems, and then the ovary starts releasing more androgens like testosterone. When the ovary tells the body to release more androgens like testosterone, in a woman's body, it's going to cause these problems like hirsutism, acne, bloating, etc., and insulin resistance. And these androgens go to the pancreas. They tell the pancreas to release more insulin. Then the pancreas starts releasing more insulin, and then it goes to the very sensitive insulin receptors. And by the way, we have many of these guys all around our ovaries. And this causes even more problems, telling our ovaries to release more androgens. And these androgens tell the pancreas to release even more insulin, causing insulin resistance because now we have too much insulin in the bloodstream. And this insulin resistance causes weight gain. And because no egg was released, there is no menstrual cycle or irregular menstrual cycles. So as you can see here with PCOS, it's a very vicious hamster wheel, one thing causing the other and vice versa. The root cause is insulin. Reason why? Because when we have too much insulin in the bloodstream, guess what? It causes gonadotrophin releasing hormone to release too rapidly and at too high levels. And then that's what causes all of these other problems. And once you get that insulin down, it starts decreasing the amount of GnRH that your hypothalamus produces, making all of these symptoms so much better and possibly non-existent if GnRH starts releasing at normal levels again. And that's why with my ladies, I target that insulin resistance from every angle, because if we look at a tree, you can't just axe the tree once so that the tree falls down. You need to axe it from multiple angles, different times, so that you finally get that tree to fall down. And that's the same way that we target the insulin resistance, from every angle, so that this root cause of the problem starts getting better over time. All right, so I hope this gave you a better picture as to why you actually have PCOS, which was never explained to me when I was sitting at my doctor's chair and they were just prescribing me a bunch of pills. And hopefully this also gives you kind of a starting point on what you need to actually focus on if you want to reverse symptoms. And I'm here to tell you that symptom reversal is absolutely possible, speaking from somebody who's done it herself. So when it comes to targeting the insulin resistance, I do it from many different angles. I can kind of tell my clients that it's kind of the death by 1,000 cuts method, if you've ever heard of it. And basically, to explain what that is nobody's gonna die from 1 or 2 cuts, but if you have 1,000 cuts, now you're starting to feel symptoms and a lot of damage. So basically, the way that I target insulin resistance is slowly but surely start removing all of those cuts so that the arm can heal. And I know this analogy may seem a little silly, but I like to say that insulin resistance did not start in one day, and it does not take 1 day or 1 hour to reverse it. But the way that I reverse it is just incorporating simple, easy things into your lifestyle that doesn't add any work, but just changes maybe the way that you're doing things. Because pretty much everyone's busy and no one likes doing extra work, including this girl. And if you want some strategies as to how I reversed my really bad insulin resistance, as well as helping my ladies, check out this video here and make sure to subscribe for more content on PCOS reversal and actually truly healing the body, which is not talked about enough in our medical system. Wishing you grace and an amazing healing journey.